Hello, welcome. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm glad to be here with you, to be present and representing the DAAD regional office here in Tunis. My name is Hind Abbasi, and as I said, I'll be representing the regional office today. Which is hosting three amazing guests, three universities. The universities we have today are Pforzheim University, ESB Business School in Reutlingen, and the European Institute for Advanced Behavioural Management, Saarland University. Welcome to all my guests and welcome to all the participants joining us today. I'm happy to be spending the next hour with you. And I will accompany you as the moderator for today, as the representative of the DAAD regional office in Tunis. But I will not be answering any questions related to the DAAD activities here in the region. So, dear participants, if you have any question related to us, the DAAD, please send us an email to info@daad.tn. My colleague will write you the email in the chat box. For this session, we'll be focusing on our three guests today. And as you have already know, that our seminars are interactive, which means our guests will be representing their study programs, and you, dear participants, will have the opportunity to ask them questions. These questions, you can write them in the chat box. The chat box is already open, so you can start by hearing the first university and then typing or writing us your questions. And we unfortunately don't have enough time to open the camera or the sound for you, dear participants. So if you have anything you want to ask, please write it in the chat box. So, as you have already known, or for our dear participants and dear guests, this session is recorded. The recording of the session will be posted later on our YouTube channel, DAAD Tunisie. My colleague will write you the link in the chat box. So you can check later on the recording and rewatch the presentations. And if you have any questions, you can contact directly the universities later on. And the universities will for sure contact you after the session. We will send them your contact details for those who have given, of course, their consent. And you will stay in touch directly with them. So we will start with the first university. The first university with us is Pforzheim University. It will be represented by Ms. Tanya Solombeno, Coordinator MBA International Management, and she will provide you with all the important information you need to know about the MBA in Pforzheim University. So, Ms. Tanya, can you share your screen with us?
I will. Thank you very much, Hin, for having us or having me today. Can you see my screen?
You're welcome. Yes, I can see your screen.
Perfect.
And your time starts now, please.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I'll take the chance to give you some information on our program. You might have done your research already. Pforzheim is situated in the southwest of Germany, close to the French border. We always keep saying that Pforzheim is in the middle of Europe since we are close to France, but also to Switzerland, Austria, and Italy as well. There's very good public transport, and we are situated between the two cities of Karlsruhe and Stuttgart. To have a closer look at Pforzheim, I brought along a couple of pictures for you. We are situated along the banks of three rivers. Pforzheim is also known as the City of Gold. For over 250 years, it has been the capital of watchmaking and jewelry making in Germany. And our close location to the Black Forest area offers lots of opportunities to spend your leisure time outside or even go skiing in winter. From an economic point of view, we are situated in the very economically strong southwest of Germany. We do have many global players located here, like SAP or Bosch, for example, and of course the automotive industry with Daimler or Porsche. But we also have many, many mid-sized companies, many of them being global leaders in their respective industries, many family-run businesses, and they form the strong backbone of the economy in the southwest of Germany. Pforzheim University consists of 3 different schools. There's the School of Design, the School of Engineering, and the Business School. The Business School being one of the biggest ones in the country with over 3,500 students, 97 professors, and over 100 partner universities, which enables us to have around 900 international students here on campus every semester, coming from more than 70 countries. The Business School Pforzheim offers different study programs, 14 bachelor programs, 1 MBA program in English, taught in English language. This is the one that I will be presenting today. We also offer an executive MBA program taught in the German language and 10 other master programs. Pforzheim University has been accredited 2011 by the AACSB and has been re-accredited in 2017 and 2022. By showing this slide, I'd like to give you a better idea of our MBA program here at Pforzheim University. Our program is open to candidates from all different backgrounds. They usually start in October with a winter semester, and they do a 2-year full-time program. For those candidates who are holding a business background already, they are able to skip the first year, which covers the foundation classes, and they only start in the summer semester in March. The course language of our MBA is English, and it is based on 2 pillars. Firstly, a general management education like any other MBA program. But secondly, we offer specialization in innovation management and digital business, as well as sustainable globalization. In the second and then mainly in the 3rd semester, our students are able to choose from a huge variety of electives in different fields like marketing, finance and accounting, big data and artificial intelligence, recent developments in management and business transformation. We only take in about 25 students per year, which gives us a great faculty-student ratio and allows our professors to really closely interact with our students. We also offer integrated German classes on all levels, since most of our graduates will be staying in Germany after their studies, and they will be entering the German labor market. And this is why it is quite important to be able to speak and understand at least some German. Since we are a University of Applied Sciences, all our professors that are teaching here need to have at least 5 years of experience in the industry, in senior management positions or even CEO positions. And our tuition fees are adding up to 4,600 euros per semester. This is comparably quite low. The reason for that is that we are part of a public university, so we put all the money we make back into the program itself. Here we'll have a closer look at our curriculum. In the 1st semester, as you can see, all the way to the left is where the non-business graduates are starting. And in this 1st semester, all the foundation classes are being taught in accounting and finance, in marketing, in business functions, economics, research methods, and management skills. In the second semester, this is where many of the business graduates are starting. Some of them still decide to start in the first semester when they have been working for a couple of years. Some of them like to brush up their knowledge. But the second semester offers then the first classes and specializations in innovation and digital business, as well as sustainable globalization. And then we teach classes like strategic management and international business development, accounting and finance in an international context, research methods 2, management skills 2, and then our students are able to choose 2 classes from the management skills area. In the third semesters, we have the second part of the specialization in innovation and digital business, as well as sustainable globalization. And then we also offer consulting and business dynamics. Many of our students know already where their future career should take them, in which field, in which industry. So they are able to choose their electives from a certain field of study, or if they are not so sure, they are able to just choose from different fields, from accounting and finance, recent developments in management, big data, AI, or marketing, to find out what really would suit them best in the near future. Throughout those 3 semesters, we take our students on excursions to company visits to get them in contact with up to 30 companies all over Germany. We want them to network with maybe their future employers already. The fourth semester is then reserved to write the MBA thesis, and there our students are either able to write together with a company or to write about a topic on their own, of their own liking. And throughout those 4 semesters, we do offer German language classes on all levels. You might ask what's so special about our MBA program. Firstly, it's of course the intense cooperations with companies through company visits, but we do also invite companies and representatives to classroom. They give talks there to our students. They just recommend how best to apply for jobs with them, for example. In the third semester, we are usually running a company project or 2 to 3 company projects. This is when a small group of students are working on a real life project and put into practice what they have learned in classroom and just work together with a company and a professor from Pforzheim University. The second thing that we are very strong at is the cross-cultural experience. That starts already in classrooms since our students are coming from all over the world. And we also do have visiting professors from the US, South Africa, Peru, Canada, sometimes Taiwan as well. And they give a great wide perspective to our students how business is taught in other countries. Our students are also able to go for an exchange semester to one of our partner universities or even do a double degree with the Ischede University in Portugal. Okay. If it comes to MBA admissions and application, the admission requirements would be an undergraduate degree, a TOEFL or IELTS to prove your English language proficiency. If your first degree has been taught entirely in English language, that is still acceptable for us. We are looking at least 2 years of full work experience after your first academic degree so that you can relate to the things that are taught in classroom from your own experience. We are also looking for a motivation letter and an essay on extracurricular activities, 1 page each. And we are looking for either GMAT or GRE. A GMAT waiver is possible if you have a very good GPA of your first academic degree. We will conduct an interview after we checked all your documents, and then we'll just inform you after about 2 weeks whether you could secure yourself a place in our program. The application deadlines for international students, non-EU students for the winter intake is June 15. For EU residents, it is July 31st. And for the summer intake for business graduates, it will be December 15 for non-EU residents and January 31st for EU residents. Application is possible through our application platform, and you can see the address down here. I brought along 3 testimonials, Kwame being one of them from Ghana. He praises the small class size of our program, as well as the individual attention that he got from our professors. And he says that he learned to utilize his strengths and be effective and successful and develop his professional skills here in our program. For Kevin from Germany, it was the next step in his career. Hochschule Pforzheim's very good reputation was one of the reasons why he chose our program. Another one was the extensive academic and professional network of Pforzheim University. Yusra from Egypt, she also praises the opportunities to network that is offered to our students throughout their studies with us, and that this enabled her to apply for jobs in Germany because the companies are very aware of our AACSB accreditation. If it comes to student life here in Pforzheim, you can expect housing, a list to be sent to you before your arrival. A room in a dormitory costs around 300 euros here in Pforzheim. You're also able to choose to live in a shared apartment, of course, and the living costs are about 750 euros, just depending on your own spending. Your student idea also at the same time is your ticket for the public transport here in Pforzheim. We offer different possibilities for you to integrate into Pforzheim University. That is, for example, the pre-semester German classes, as well as different events during the arrival week. We do have different student clubs. Gemini is taking care of international students, and our MBA has its own buddy program. The buddies are current students that support the prospective students during their planning of their travels and arranging for accommodation here in Pforzheim. We also support you in finding a job by offering application training, different events and fairs where you can get in contact with companies from the area. And we do have our own mentoring program in the MBA. Last but not least, I'll quickly present our team to you. There's Wenke and Heide from the office management, Professor Markus Oliver Schwab and Professor Harald Schrothmann, who are running this program. Shayla will be your first person of contact in the MBA. She's the MBA admissions coordinator. Jochen will be responsible if you'd like to spend a semester abroad, and I'm the coordinator trying to offer you the best program possible that you could do if you want to do an MBA in Germany. Thank you very much for your attention, and I'll be still here later on for the Q&A question. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Tanya, for the interesting presentation. Now we will go to our second university, ESB Business School, and we will proceed with Ms. Iris Walker, academic coordinator at ESB Business School, and she will introduce us different MBA programs at ESB. So Please, Ms. Walker, can you share your screen with us?
Yes, I
And
will.
meanwhile, I would like to remind our participants and our guests that the chat box is still open. So if you have any question, please don't hesitate to write it in the chat box, and we will answer it later on in the Q&A session.
I'll be ready in a second. I'm sorry, but it still tries to upload my presentation. Maybe I can start introducing myself. My name is Iris Walker. I am the program coordinator of the BSc International Business Program in Reutlingen. And I'm representing today 3 English taught programs at Reutlingen University. For some.
Once you want me to change to go to the next page, please
change.
just tell me.
Please change.
Okay.
So Reutlingen University is a public university in the southwest of Germany as well. It's actually in the vicinity of Pforzheim. We're about 80 kilometers south to Pforzheim, so 30 kilometers away from Stuttgart. A very prosperous region, actually. So we are in the industry powerhouse of Baden-Württemberg. Reutlingen is, for example, the main location of Bosch. You probably have heard about Bosch. We also have some company-owned smaller hidden champions because they are serving a niche in their respective area. So the outline to find a job, that's a very good location for. Can you change, please? Reutlingen is a public university, as I said. It's a mid-sized university. In total, we have about 5,000 students, 6 faculties. The business school is the biggest one. We are offering undergraduate programs, master programs, and an MBA, for example. These are some pretty pictures from our area. So Reutlingen is a medieval city. It has a very nice pedestrian area with a lot of shops and cafes. And you see it's a very picturesque and outdoor activity based area. So you can have a lot of fun around here. Please change. So ESB Business School is what I said, the biggest faculty of Reutlingen University. It has about 2,400 students. We have been international since the 70s when we started offering international business programs. The MBA experience is over 30 years. We have a very practical approach. That means that we are doing, for example, in the undergraduate area, a lot of problem-based learning. We have been accredited with ACSB in 2019 and just had the re-accreditation. So we have been ranked number 1 or in the top rankings at all major ranking associations for a long time, and we are really proud of that. We have a very strong alumni network, so more than 6,000 members, and these are also very practical hits and sources of information, and our alumni are usually coming regularly on campus to meet fellow students, to actually network with each other, because this is the way on how business is made today. We have been offering those programs for a while, and the internationality is a hallmark, which is a very important one for us. Can you switch, please? The accreditations I have already mentioned. However, what I really want to mention is the strong network we have with our company partners. Can you switch, please? And probably you have seen some of the logos on the next slide. Thank you. These are companies that work with us in the so-called Verein for Management Education, and these companies are coming on campus twice a year at least during our company contact fairs in March and in November to recruit students, not only for internships but also for direct entries, for theses in all kinds, for workshops, company presentations. So this is a very good possibility to make connection, and we have a very lively career center who is running these company contact fairs and who is happy to make connection and to provide you with all kinds of details which you would love to have for your future career. We have several programs, one of which is the MBA International Management program. We have a part-time program also, but this is run in German, whereas the full-time program is run in English. And 2 more programs are offered in English, but I will focus on the MBA at the moment. So my colleague Emma he's the program coordinator, and she is happy to provide all kinds of details, which I cannot provide now because of the shortage of time. But you see, it's a 3-semester MBA program, in total 90 ECTS. The language of instruction is English. We have about 25 places per year, and we are offering an intake in the winter semester only. We start in October. If you want to apply, 15th of June for international applicants or 1st of August for applicants with a German bachelor's. You will need a bachelor's degree, a minimum of 2 years professional experience after your bachelor's, a very strong level of English, so B2 or C1. And you can prove that with several certificates, for example, with Cambridge, with an IELTS, with a TOEFL, etc. We need to have a GMAT or a GRE or a CAT, unless you have a business-related bachelor's or master's degree. We are a public university, and thus we can offer this program at a very reasonable price. Usually you will find many MBA programs cost way more than 10,000 euros. So in total for this program, we are asking for a tuition of 10,500 for the program, plus a semester contribution of roughly 200 euros per semester. You see where our graduates in the MBA are actually starting their careers in. So the majority starts in marketing and sales because this is also a focus. However, all other kinds of fields, management, leadership, the finance, consultancies. So this is also a possibility. We are offering virtual info sessions regularly. So if you scan the QR code at the bottom, then of course you will come to the respective link, and Emma is happy to have you for the virtual info session. Can you switch, please? Because I want to show you in brief the program of the MBA. You see, we're starting in October until February with the core business modules. So these make 30 ECTS. In the second semester, from March to July, we have the specialization courses. You will have German class, you will have a choice of 4 electives, which we are offering. So for example, social entrepreneurship, data analytics, data-driven marketing, sustainable finance. You can choose from that list. And in the last semester, this is the third semester, you have the industry exposure and the master thesis. So in total, from August to the graduation in March, you will do your final semester. And actually, the outline for students finding a job in our area for MBA students is really, really good. With Emma, there is an MBA alum, Ivan Juncker, and he is happy to answer all kinds of questions on a more student-related basis. We have another master program, and thank you for switching, master program, the MSc Global Management and Digital Competencies, MGMDC, how we call it. This is a program run over 3 semesters. You will start the first semester at one of our partner universities. You can find them below. So that's Brock. In Italy, it's Sacra Cuore. And then we have Dublin City University, Neoma in France. And there you will start. And depending on what you are aiming for, you can actually have a double degree with some partners, or you do a single degree. We are starting in the fall. You will need a good bachelor's degree, 3.5 years experience for this, not experience, sorry, 3.5 years bachelor's degree in business or in a business related discipline. We need a 6 month work experience from the start of bachelor's. And you can start, you can apply depending on the program you want to go for, between the 15th of June, that is the start for Italy, then 30th of June for Canada, 15th of July for the double degree with Dublin City University or Neoma. The language of instruction is also English, and you will earn 90 credits at the end. This program costs, depending on the track, between roughly 14,000 and 19,300 euros. It depends, of course, where you're going to. And you see that the graduates of these programs are working in consulting, for example, in digital transformation or in management. Can you switch, please? Yeah, you see in September, October, you start with the block 1 at the partner university with a focus on global management. In the second block from March to June, you will be in Reutlingen. You'll do the modules in data and digital competencies. And the third block from July to December, this is the focus on the thesis. So it depends on you how many countries you're adding to that program. It's definitely 2. However, it can be also 3 if you want to go for your thesis in a third country. So this program is 15 months, and as I said, taught 100% in English. We also offer virtual info sessions for these. And Julie Dengler, that it's my colleague who is taking care of that program. My program is the BSc International Business. Thank you for switching. This is just for completeness. It's an undergraduate program, 7 semester, 210 credits. It's included 1 exchange semester, 1 internship semester. If it's possible, can you switch, please? And there you can see the foundation, internship. We have electives. We also have the option of doing a so-called fast-track master option. That means within 8 semesters, you can earn the bachelor's degree in international business plus a master or an MBA degree from a partner university. We are starting with that program twice a year, in the winter and in the summer. So for a summer semester, that would be the next intake. 2nd of March, and the deadline to applying is 15th of November. This is why I'm mentioning it. It's a 1,500 tuition fee per semester plus the 200 euros roughly semester contribution, and our next information session will be December 2nd if you're interested in this. Thank you very much for your attention, and sorry for the hustle. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Walker. It was nice learning about these 3 programs. So now we will go for our last but not least university with Ms. Seni. So Ms. Julia will be representing today, to be exact, the European Institute for Advanced Behavioural Management in Saarland. And she is the program manager who will be representing her or the university, the MBA program, MBA European Management. Ms. Please, the floor is all yours.
Okay, yes, thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here today. My name is Julia. I am the program manager of the MBA European Management program at the University of Saarbrücken here in Saarland. Okay. It works perfect. So our MBA program is a general management program, which means you do not need any previous knowledge in the field of economics or management if you want to start your MBA. You can study our program in full-time, which is 1 year, or in part-time, which gives you up to 4 years to finish the course. You will benefit from excellent education from internationally renowned experts if you choose our MBA here in Saarbrücken. We have a focus on behavioral management on the one side, which is very interesting, the more psychological side of things, if you like. Or we have another focus on entrepreneurship for those of you who might be interested in maybe becoming founders or maybe doing startup projects, whatever. In both tracks, you will learn and understand how and why people and markets act the way they do, and you will qualify for leading positions on the international job market all over the world, not just in Europe. Our MBA program is in fact the oldest MBA program in all of Germany. Our institute looks back on a very rich history. For over 30 years, we've been teaching this MBA, so you're in good hands here. We know what we're doing. And the location of our institute is very interesting as well, because we're right in the border triangle of Germany, France, and Luxembourg, which gives you access to 3 job markets right away, if you like. The characteristics of our MBA are the excellent quality content. It's a very hands-on, practice-oriented program, so you will not be sitting here in big lecturing halls, but in very small family-like atmosphere. We have a maximum of 30 students each year, so we have a very familiarized classroom atmosphere where you will be able to talk to the professors directly and integrate your own ideas and questions into the classroom. We are flexible as we have the full-time or the part-time option for those of you who might already have a job or a family and are busy otherwise. There is 15 courses altogether covering all management topics, and the courses usually run as blocked courses. So that gives you more flexibility as well in choosing which courses suit your personal schedule best. All classes and examinations are held in English language, and our student group is international in itself. So we welcome students from all over the world who come here to study the MBA. This is just to give you a short overview of the modules we have. So you see on the left is the focus on behavioral management, and below that you see the 15 courses. And on the right-hand side, we have the focus on entrepreneurship. So you see the difference in the 2 foci is 5 courses. For example, for the focus on behavioral management, you have a course marketing and management in foreign countries, whereas with the entrepreneurship track, you have a course marketing of innovations and so on. This is some of our lecturers, just to give you a little overview. So you see, we have them come here, experts from all over Germany, from different universities. For example, Professor Berg, who is an expert in social responsibility, and he comes here from the University of Kiel to teach our MBA students. But we also have, for example, Professor Gehr, who teaches in Turkey, normally travels here to teach for us, or Professor Andreu from the University of Valencia in Spain, whom you will actually be able to visit in Spain on one of the international weeks we have. I'll say more on that a little bit later on. This is all of them. So you see nice faces. You know, each course has its own professor, so that's just to give you the impression that you will, with each course, have a new experience, new contents taught by a different expert in their field. So I mentioned it beforehand, these so-called international weeks. That means that at the moment, one of the courses takes place at a different university, which is the University of Valencia in Spain. So you travel there and you have the course there taught by Professor Luisa Andreu and her colleagues, but you will also go on different field trips to companies to see how things work there. And that's really a very nice experience that the students have here. And the cost for that also is covered in the study fee, so you don't have to pay. You don't have to pay anything for the hotel or for the flights. That's all covered and paid by the institute. We have flexible teaching methods. You see, we have online learning tools and also an online platform where we provide all the learning materials, and if it's necessary, we can also switch to online teaching, which we did during COVID, but usually we have face-to-face classes right here at the Institute, which is also very highly valued by the students and the professors, simply because it gives you the best possible learning experience if you come to the classroom and you'll be able to chat to each other face-to-face. As I said, we are a very practice-oriented program, so we do not only provide academic courses, but we also invite compelling guest speakers here to come to you and to tell you firsthand about what their job, their work might be like, and what it feels like to be working in one of the big companies here in Germany. We do have a thing called Career Tuesdays, for example, where recruiters from the companies here come to the university and scout and explain about their companies and provide possible job offers directly to the students. So you will be able to do some networking right away. So as soon as you start here, you will be able to expand your own personal network and figure out what might interest you, where you might find a good job after your MBA, things like that. So we also organize field trips and excursions. And of course, during the courses, we have a lot of case studies, interactive teamwork, and real life examples. Some of our field trips and excursions go, for example, to Brussels. That would be a 2-day trip, including visits to the European Commission and the European Parliament and an overnight stay in a hotel, also paid for by us. But we also go to Strasbourg and Luxembourg. So you see, this is the good thing about the location here. If you want to go to Paris, for example, you jump on the fast train, you'll be there in 1.5 hours. So you'll also be able to travel by yourself if you're interested in that, and see what the neighboring countries are like. Our study environment here in Saarbrücken is very nice. We have, of course, all the technical equipment you need. We have a SIP pool for our students. We have libraries, but we also have very nice social surroundings for students. The city center is very vibrant. There's a public theater. There's a lot of different free time activities here, especially for international students. Also, we have a Welcome and International Center who provide advice and all kinds of different activities for all different types of nationalities, and students really enjoy the free time program here as well as academic life. So the admission to the MBA program, what do you need if you want to apply? You need a first university degree. It doesn't matter what discipline it's in, it just needs to be a first university degree. You need at least 1 year of work experience. Then, of course, you need to prove your English language because the program is in English. You need 2 letters of recommendation. The GMAT, which can be skipped in exceptional cases where you have more than 2 years of work experience. You don't need the GMAT. Of course, we need motivation, so a letter of motivation. And the study fees is for the full-time program 12,000 euro and for the part-time study program 14,500 euro, which is a lot of money, I know, but that's the entire fee. So it's not per semester, it's the entire fee. And it also covers, as I said, all the trips, the fields, the international week, and everything else. The living cost here in Saarbrücken is compared to the big cities in Germany, very low. You will not have any difficulties finding accommodation here, which is nice about not being such a big location like, for example, Berlin or Munich. So that's not a big issue here for students to find accommodation. Of course, there's also some ways of getting the money back, because after your MBA, you will be qualified for highly paid management positions. So that will make up for some of the money you have to spend on your MBA program. We are a public university as well, so the money spent on the fees will get back into the program. There's also different kinds of scholarships offered that will give you some of the money back. And then we also have two prizes at the end of your MBA studies with us. The Villa Lessing Prize and the Hans-Werner Osthoff Award for the best student of the year. And you see the prizes come with some money attached to them. So that will be another way of getting some of the fee back. Which brings me to your future career after your MBA with us. You see, these are just a couple of examples of the companies where our graduates work now in good management positions. So we have the automotive sector, BMW, for example, but we also have SAP or the banking sector. So you see, it's widespread where the graduates are today. Now, who should apply to the program? Of course, I mentioned it, practitioners, students who are already very busy in their lives, who may already have a job and you want to study alongside your job. I would recommend you do the half-time program with us, which gives you up to 4 years to finish. Entrepreneurs, of course, if you are planning maybe to found your own company, you can do the entrepreneurship track of our MBA, which will equip you with all the necessary knowledge you need to found your own company. But at the same time, it will give you a degree that will qualify you beyond your entrepreneurial career. So, I mean, let's hope the best, but if your startup idea won't turn out to be as successful as you wish it would be, you will still have your MBA degree to apply to other positions. Of course, international students is our main target group because we are an English-speaking program and we embrace internationality in our program. So I can only recommend this for international students. Academics who might already be a little bit further on in their academic career and maybe academic professionalism in their CV. If you want to switch from academia into the business world, the MBA will equip you with all the knowledge you need in order to do this. As I said, the international management career is what we have in mind with our program. That's what you're going to be aimed for and what you're going to be qualified for after your MBA. We have the ability to have all the students learn in small groups. We do case studies, real life examples, so it's a very practical oriented program, interactive face-to-face, up to 3 international weeks. As I mentioned, you will have, and you can do your MBA within 1 year and full-time or within up to 4 years half-time while you're working. Yeah, this is just, you can book the courses also individually if you're interested in that, but that's just for those who do not want to do the entire program. You will find all the information on our website. Thank you very much. I think I have 1 more minute, so I'm just going to say one thing about the visa regulations once more, because you can come here on a student visa, of course, and then you will be automatically entitled with your student visa for a job seeker visa after you finish your MBA here, and that will be 18 months. And of course, if you want to bring your family along with you, you're also very welcome to do that. Okay, so thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to your questions.
Thank you, Ms. Julia. Thank you so much for the interesting presentation. And we are closing up. I want to thank all the participants for attending and for their attention today. I would like also to thank all our guests today, Ms. Iris Walker from ESB Business School, Ms. Tanya Sinyi from the University of Saarland, and Ms. Julia. Sorry, apologies, and Miss Tanya from the University of Pforzheim. Thank you all for your time. Thank you for all the information you have brought to us. And I would also thank my colleague, Celine, for her support today, and wish you a good afternoon. Bye-bye.
Thanks very much for having me.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.